Hello there, and welcome to the live new dating show from Nasima, wherever the planet Cassian was on, Cassian Island. Today, he is dating who?
That would have worked a lot better if you rememred the name of the planet.
Gave me very like Miami, like beach, like dating show vibes.
Just imagine it.
Welcome to our Andor review.
Andor.
The announcement, episode 7 of 12.
Well. Yeah.
Joining me as always, the Sith Holocron Naomi.
Yeah. Lots of announcements.
She announced to me earlier that she's a huge capitalist.
Yes.
And is,
I'm a venture capitalist. Don't say that. People will believe it.
I mean, like, what inspires people with no money other than capitalism?
I think it's the opposite, actually.
Exactly. Capitalism.
We're not here to have a political discussion. I'm not a capitalist, though. I just want that plain and clear.
You heard it here first. On Andor Island, Cassian Beach, Miami. I'm just saying words now.
Andor Island. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to take charge.
It is I, the Jedi Holocron Tyler.
This is one of those reviews where you get all weird.
Yeah. I'm in a weird mood.
Yeah, that means I'm gonna have to put on.
See, I gotta force you to perform. I gotta make you have opinions on the show, so I just act weird.
I have opinions on the show. We talk about the show normally.
No, just like generally.
Oh, other opinions?
Just opinions in general.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be talking about Andor.
I know. You want to hear my Andor opinion?
Yeah.
Best Star Wars TV show ever.
It's definitely up there.
At least live action wise. It's not Rebels, of course. Nothing will ever beat Rebels, but
yeah, I think for me I think it's definitely third for me.
I think it has depending on how it ends, the potential to be the best Star, because every week, great character development, great writing, intrigue, drama, like
it's your shit.
It's everything. Like, Mandalorian does the good, like, Star Wars, like, is good on the Star Wars shit, but this is just exists with, like, without having to be like, oh, I remember that guy. Yeah. I remember that guy. Oh, that's a baby Yoda. Oh, that's a lightsaber. Like, It can exist without, like, having to be over-reliant, which I think brings it to the top of the live-action field.
Yeah, I think it's definitely probably third so far for me.
And it's
maybe fourth, just because we've
of live action?
No, of all Star Wars TV shows.
Oh,
I'm counting Clone Wars and Rebels as the top two.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't see anything passing those for me, ever. And the only reason why I would maybe give The Mandalorian a little bit more of an edge right now is just because we've had longer with it. And I'm a big fan of, like, the, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah. They serve two different purposes, which works great.
Yeah.
One is, like, the Filoni style, and the other one's just, like, a fucking spy thriller.
Yeah.
And it's paced very well.
But yeah, it's probably third or fourth overall.
I think it has the potential. And they can fumble the bag, too. Like, we saw Kristen Cole in House of the Dragon fumble the bag. Like, fumbling the bag is very possible,
I mean, of course it is.
But this show consistently just knocks it out of the park. Like, the fucking flashbacks with, like, Cassian, I realized it was Cassian's dad this episode, and I'm like, oh, fuck, his name was Clem, and then he used Clem to be undercover. I'm like, oh, the pain. The pain. And then, like, just everything with Marva and him and his mom, like, this is so good.
I like how also the first time that it was in the flashback, it was, like, adult Cassian who was there in the flashback, but then when they did the second one, it was young Cassian.
Yeah, he was young when it happened.
Yeah. That's why I was, like, weirded out at first, because I was like, man, he did not age at all.
No, yeah.
Because those were clone troopers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It's hard to tell when they don't have colors on them.
I kind of wish I'm interested to see if they continue the flashback where he, like, it looks like he's going to fight the stormtroopers in the square to cut his dad down.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Man, he was trying to stop the violence.
Yeah.
And they hung him.
Wild. Classic Empire.
Classic Empire.
Fucking. We saw that classic Empire shit with the guy trying to snitch on the only seemingly competent Empire lady in the ISB right now.
Yeah.
And it was funny, because in that moment, I'm like, this is either going to be her villain origin story where she takes control and becomes a top G villain, or this is her villain origin story in the fact where she gets kicked out and fucking bullied and then rebels and becomes part of the rebellion.
Fan turned on. So it's her villain origin.
No matter what. But
yeah. I almost wonder, I think it'd be cool if someone in the ISB was an informant. Like a fulcrum.
I'm sure. We know there's informants everywhere.
We know that there are multiple fulcrums.
Yeah, there's people everywhere.
What if that's what the other guy is?
No. That guy's too, like Cassian would say, too... Like how he was talking to Luthen, he can't see what's right in front of him. He's too high on his own.
I just think it'd be funny.
He's too high on his own fumes.
Maybe that's because he knows Imperials. So he's acting the part.
No, that guy's a fucking scrub. I honestly kind of... It's bad, I kind of like the lady, but she's a good character, but, she's a bad guy.
I mean, that's what good shows do, is have bad guys that are, interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're supposed to do.
I'm like, whoa, the Empire? See, I was just shocked the Empire, rewarded competence.
Right.
But then he did say, watch your back, and I don't know if it was fuck you, don't mess with me, or fuck you, or watch your back, I was coming for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he did give her Ferrix.
Yeah.
So that would imply that he is definitely on her side, even if he said, watch your back.
He did work for Cersei 1,000 years ago, so he understands good leadership. Maybe
he gave her the planet, and then he was like, watch your back, don't try and climb too far, don't come for me.
Yeah.
I'll give you this, but you're not coming for me, sort of thing.
I don't think she's coming for anyone, she's just trying to
do her job.
Yeah. Which is the interesting part.
We know how the Empire, how many people in the Empire are like that. You can count them on one hand.
Yeah.
Genuinely, there are... you could maybe make an argument, and maybe there's 6 competent Imperials.
Yeah.
You got Thrawn, Vader, Palpatine, Gideon...
Chancellor Palpatine, not Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine's not that good.
Emperor Palpatine, was a little incompetent.
He's not incompetent, like they describe in the show. They're just nothing can stop us now. They're too high and mighty on their own.
I would say they're
too high on their own supply.
Return of the Jedi, he was definitely incompetent.
And then we know what happened in Rise of Skywalker.
But that's not Palpatine.
Exactly.
That's not Palpatine. Yeah. I would say that he is fairly competent up until Return of the Jedi, where he shows his hand.
Yeah.
And gets fucked. But yeah, so we have 3. Oh, and then Gideon is fairly competent.
Oh, Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
I forget he exists. But he's post-Empire, so...
But he was part of the Empire.
Well, yeah, he's post-Empire. We don't know what he was up to during the Empire days.
I mean, I'm sure he was part of the Empire before that, if he was a Moff.
Well, yeah, but he was competent.
He just suddenly became competent.
Yeah, he got a Darksaber, and it's oh shit.
In the 5 years after.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, he was the leader of the siege on Mandalore.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely competent. So we got 4, and now maybe her.
Yeah, because we know Krennic's not competent.
No, definitely not. So we hit a full hand. We got 5.
Do you know who was a competent Empire guy? Jin's dad.
But he was a rebel.
Exactly. He was competent, though. He built the thing.
I would say if Tarkin didn't have a super weapon obsession, he would be fairly competent. But Tarkin's too obsessed with super weapons for me to count him as competent.
Yeah.
Because if they would have funded Thrawn's TIE Defenders, they would have won. But instead, they funded the Death Star.
Yeah.
So, he gets the incompetent badge for that one. Maybe in the Tarkin books he's super competent.
You know who else is competent? The anime Imperial mommy from Visions. She's competent.
Oh.
From Lop and Ocho.
So Ocho?
Is she Ocho?
Like, you're talking about Lop's sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ocho.
I don't know if she's competent, but she's hot enough, so she's competent.
She is hot, so automatically competent.
Yeah.
At least in my pants. Women.
Women.
See, I'm surprised that they hire women.
I mean, yeah.
The Empire...
I mean, it's weird for the Empire, but it also makes sense for modern times and telling stories that are interesting with, like, different characters.
No, the Empire has gone woke.
Why do you think the guy was going after her like that? Because she was a woman.
Misogyny.
Like, that's why he was so, like, this isn't... Like, that's why he went after her, because he felt like he could. And he got fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, the Mon Mothma scene was immaculate.
Yeah.
Just, like, the tension it builds, and just her being, like... I love, like, the dagger line about, like, you... What was it?
I show you the rock in my hand, and then you miss the knife in my other.
Yeah, that's some Arya shit right there.
You miss the knife up to your throat or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is accurate.
But it's like, oh shit, like, because, like, it does builds a tension, but you're like, ooh, can you trust this guy? Yeah. And then he's like, I don't think this is a good idea. I'm a little more... I've been away from here. I'm not as pro-Empire.
I'm a little bit more of a liberal.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh... Yeah,
you're my boy.
You're like, oh, you don't even know what I am.
I like the idea that her incompetence is like a cover.
Yeah. Also, like, it's interesting that he doesn't know. He doesn't tell her fully. She does it well. Like, hides the.
Yeah, I mean
that's why the scene was so good.
This is before the network's connected, so
yeah.
This is when very, very few people are aware. So, like, letting people in is dangerous, especially when you're in a room full of Imperials.
I wonder if he's one of the guys from the books who's, like, the founders of the rebellion.
Maybe.
I don't know, like, much about the books. The books really describe... Like, I remember reading the Leia book. It had, like, a list of, like, 4 to 6 people who were, like, the core members.
Yeah. Like basically, like, the council.
It's interesting because I know they're going to this makes me... Because we also had the scene before with her and Luthen, which was also another great scene of them just, like, talking in code, kind of, but, like, just making sure the guy outside didn't hear. And it was, like...
Saying, like, threatening things, or, like, not great, not nice things, but while smiling.
Yeah, it's like, it's gotta happen at some point. We can't just build this and do nothing with it. Like...
Yeah.
And, like, you gotta take risks or whatever. And it's funny because, like... She's very much like, oh, this isn't the way to go about it, which makes me feel like, I feel like going into this, I'm like, oh, is she meeting with Saw? Because they keep talking about this guy. There's no way she brings in Saw. Luthen has to bring in Saw.
Yeah, Luthen brings in Saw, sure.
Yeah.
There's no chance in hell that Mothma brings Saw in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I've always not been the biggest fan of Mon Mothma. She's too pacifistic.
Pacifistic. It's a funny word.
It's a real word.
I've never heard anyone say pacifistic.
Well, now you did.
And honestly, I think you owe me compensation for it because, like,
why?
Life's never will be the same again.
I'm sorry. I know your brain doesn't.
It hurts.
I know your brain doesn't process bigger words. Okay, she's too much of a pacifist. Is that better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Wow. Wow.
But, like, I feel like. You know, you need to be somewhere between the extremes of Mon Mothma and Saw.
Which is maybe Luthen?
Maybe Luthen.
He seems very, not extreme, but I don't know. I like Luthen's mindset.
Yeah, I think Luthen is a more reasonable Saw. So I think he's more in the area where I think you should be with, like, a rebellion.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you do it the pacifist way, you just get crushed. Yeah. You can just get crushed by the fascists.
The only thing I'm unsure about with Luthen is, like, the murdering of everything that might be a loose end. Like, not even, like, that's the only thing where I'm like, like, Cassian, like, you can like maybe it's because I love Cassian, but like you can try he like that you made a deal and he has nothing to gain from outing you guys.
Yeah, I think it is just because we know Cassian.
Yeah,
like we know where he ends up. Like I think if we were seeing this beforehand, it would be maybe like an interesting thought of like, well, he could like screw them over.
Maybe.
Like he left.
He just doesn't seem to care about the rebellion as of this moment. But I do know I think it's going to make him care. They're going to kill Marva. And that's going to pull him in.
Yeah. Marva will definitely die, for sure. Yeah. Sad. Yeah, I liked his whole talk with Marva, too.
Yeah, the whole scene was immaculate.
I like how she was like, man, if people are brave enough to do that heist.
Cassian should have been like, that was me.
That was me. No, yeah, I mean, he doesn't want her to worry like that.
He should have been like, okay, I got something for you to read then. Here's Nemec's manifesto.
I want to radicalize you.
Yeah.
Even though she's already pretty radicalized.
Yeah, it's funny that he's not fully there yet. I thought he would have been closer than he is by now.
I mean, lifetime of running away.
Yeah. Between, like, them killing his dad, between his mom being part of it after meeting Nemec, and, like, all that shit, and just all the bullshit that's happened, like, you think he'd be all in.
And also, when everyone's unaware of the network, it's difficult to see that there is even a route to winning.
Yeah, there's, like, even a bigger picture.
Because you're like, well, shit, there's, like, 5 people here.
Yeah.
We're not going to accomplish anything. But no one realizes, that they're building all these cells and are going to connect them soon. But that is kind of the problem of the way that they did it. Yeah.
They're relying too much on the butterfly effect. They're like, we got to show them cool things we can do, and then maybe people will believe in it, and they'll join their hometown cell.
Yeah. It doesn't inspire a whole lot of trust in the cells.
Yeah.
In the cells, like, subordinates, because only, like, the head of each cell knows.
It's more like they don't know if like they're gonna have the support they need after this or like for this. Like they don't
know that I'm sure they would know like, oh, there were rebellions on other planets, but they don't know that they're all connected.
Yeah.
So they're like, shit, well if something happens to like 2 of us here and there's only 3 of us left, we're just fucked.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to be convinced to stay in that, like, with those odds. Don't worry, though. Once, 90% of Imperials abandon the Empire and join the Rebellion, as it always feels like, they'll have the good numbers.
True. Big,
if true. I always really want more competent Imperials that don't fucking turn.
We're gonna get one, it looks like.
Yeah.
I like I said, that was her moment to either.
Yeah.
That was the make or break moment probably for her psyche. Unless she's just like a crazy person. It's like, I'm doing this no matter what. Like she's like
no, that's Cyril or whatever his name is.
To being like, I got to like no matter what Cyril's doing, he's like, I'm gonna call him Cyril from now on. No matter what Cyril's doing, he's like, I'm going to stop Cassian.
Yeah, he's the one that's the hyper fixated. She's the one who's like just trying to do her job.
I almost made a reference to something I can't make a reference to because you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, and
I almost made like a House of the Dragon reference for the newest episode, which we're watching after we record this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Cyril is at a really fucking depressing job.
Yeah, he deserves it, though.
I didn't say he didn't deserve it. I'm more feeling for the other people working there.
He's the only thing in the show where I'm like, I feel like I don't know what they're building to with him and if it's going to pay off or not, because, like, I will never want him to be happy. Because he's like the worst type of person. But then like you see his mom and you're like, oh, that's why he's the worst type of person.
Yeah.
But like I don't care. Like
you saw that he eats cereal just like a normal person though.
Yeah.
He's just like people.
He's cereal for real.
He's cereal. Yeah, his mom is a real monster.
Yeah.
Can we talk about fucking Luthen's assistant girl?
I mean,
slaying.
I mean, she's hot, yeah. That outfit. I didn't realize it was her until
I had no
she
idea.
took the hood off. I'm like, wait, this is just the lady who works in Luthen's shop.
Vel also looks really different.
Well, yeah, when you
with styled hair.
When you've showered.
Yeah.
And haven't been living in a fucking camp for like months.
When you have access to hair care
and when
products.
you're trying to blend in.
Yeah. When you want to look like a rich lady on Coruscant.
Yeah, when you're trying not to look like the person who robbed the fucking garrison.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I like the idea that she has to chase after Cassian.
Is that what... Oh, yeah, that's what she told him to do.
She was like, kill him.
I don't think she's going to.
No, I don't think she's going to. I think, yeah. I'm not entirely sure which way it'll go.
I feel like the way you bring Saw in now, like I said, it's like he breaks Cassian out of prison. Like, someone's got, like... There's no way that Cassian's going to be in prison for 6 years. We know that.
Yeah.
How the fuck does he get out?
And
also, is this the K2 origin story?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because, like, I know they did a comic, but I don't think that actually counts as canon. But, like, this was like a one-shot, but, like, is this how they're gonna... Because they're the K2s who are around. I
the
feel
KX like, series droids.
Isn't he supposed to be in the show?
K2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figured maybe this is where that happens. I doubt K2 brings him up, because I think he has to make K2. I don't know how
K2 is a reprogrammed KX series droid.
Yeah, so, like, how does that go about? Like,
I mean, yeah, I was excited that we saw the KX series.
Yeah.
I like those big-ass fucking droids.
CGI a little wonky when he was throwing the people around, but other than that...
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I think it, at least to me, was okay just because I think it was funny.
Yeah. And,
like, I just love that, like, they made these big-ass droids and all they do is throw hands. Like, they're like sentry droids, but they don't have weapons.
Yeah.
They just beat the shit out of you. And I think that's a hilarious idea.
They're bruiser droids.
They really are. Yeah, I'm curious if that'll be how he gets out. I feel like...
I mean, like, him getting out... Part of the plan of him getting out might have to do with reprogramming a K2. But, like...
Yeah, that
K2's just not going to be reprogrammed to help him out.
Yeah. I feel like it'll be someone in the prison is going to get rescued by Saw, and Cassian is, like, there. And Cassian, like, uses that as his chance to get out.
Yeah, or Luthen uses this as an opportunity to get another job out of him. By rescuing him.
I don't know how...
By getting him out.
I don't know how Luthen would know he's there, though.
I mean, I don't know how anyone would know he's there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the situation.
Yeah, because otherwise I don't know why else, like, Saw would, like, break him out or whatever, or whoever.
I doubt Saw's breaking him out. Like, Saw's breaking someone else out, and he's just part of it.
And he's just, like, collateral. He just uses the chance. He's a little worm.
Borgully!
So, they were talking about how Luthen knew so much about Cassian.
Yeah.
So is Marva the one that told him? Because we don't know how Luthen knew so much. And Bix...
I doubt it.
Bix was like, I didn't tell him. I don't know who told him. So someone told Luthen.
I don't know. I doubt it was Marva. Martha never seemed into the rebellion until the heist happened, though, so...
Yeah.
That was her, what's it called, that was her awakening to the cause.
Maybe
that was her indoctrination to the cause.
I'm just trying to think of, like, who else would have had the information to, like, tell Luthen about him.
Jyn Erso. Stardust.
She's with Saw. Or in prison.
She's probably... I don't even know where she is.
Well, we know she runs...
This is 5 years before Rogue One, so...
Yeah, 4, isn't it? Because it's 5 or 4 BBY. No, it's 5 BBY, so yeah, 5 years. Yeah, it's... We know Jyn ran with Saw for a while until he ditched her and she got arrested and put in jail. We don't know how long she was in jail for, though, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless they talk about it in, like, the Catalyst book.
I don't know. But yeah, I think we covered everything.
It was nice to see Bix again, your girl.
Yeah, but she looked miserable.
Someone hit her.
I need to murder them.
You need to defend her honor.
I don't feel like we're going to see her again, though.
I was surprised we saw Cinta again.
Oh, we're going to see Cinta and Vel a lot, I think.
I wasn't sure. I figured we would see Vel again. I didn't think we would see Cinta again, though.
No, yeah. She's finishing... She's doing what she was told.
I also feel like now she's going to be stuck there.
Cinta?
Because they said they're blockading the planet.
Maybe, I don't know.
And then we saw the Star Destroyer. Like, the blockade is starting.
I love that shot, though.
Yeah, the Star Destroyer was so low. Why was it so close to the surface? Yeah, I always like how blockades in Star Wars are very,
blocky.
Very linear.
Yeah.
Like, you could just go to, like, the North Pole. You'd be fine, because we don't see any Star Destroyers up there.
Alright.
But yeah.
Cinta.
Get our lesbians back together.
I just want Cinta to be happy. Vel less so.
I mean, Vel...
I don't have strong feelings about Vel either way. Other than the fact that she was the waif. Who I hated the waif, but I just think it's funny.
I mean,
I don't have strong feelings about Vel.
We have to see when she meets up with Cassian again.
Yeah.
I like Vel.
I mean, she's fine, but like, I'm not like ride for Vel, and I'm not like fuck Vel.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like that with...
She's the Rose Tico status for me. I'm like, you exist, you're fine, you're okay. I'm not ride or die for you.
I mean, I definitely lean much more towards like than dislike with Vel.
Well, yeah, but I'm not like... She's fine.
Yeah.
If I never saw her again, I'd be like, whatever. If I saw her again, I'd be like, oh, that's cool.
You don't want to see the waif again every episode?
I don't know. I don't really care.
Wow. This is what Tyler really thinks about lesbian rights.
I mean, I want to see Cinta, though. All of Cinta. We need more Cinta.
That's fair.
Cinta's a badass.
Cinta is a badass.
Well, Vel's kind of a badass, too, but, like, less cool. Like, her name's Vel.
I feel like...
we already had Val. Like, do we need Vel?
I feel like what it really is you're just not as attracted to her as you are to Cinta.
I mean, yeah, but also, like...
I think that's ultimately what it comes down to, because they have, like, very similar...
And also, like, I don't need to have a strong stance on every Star Wars character, you know? Some can just exist and I can be fine with it, you know?
No, I wasn't saying that. I just think it's funny because you're like ride or die for Cinta when her and Vel are very similar.
She's the strong silent type. I like that. Because I can relate. I don't talk. She doesn't talk that much. We're homies.
Why did we make a YouTube channel if you don't talk?
I talk more on these YouTube videos than I talk in a week, probably.
I mean, yeah, same. Mostly because I don't leave my room.
Yeah. Because I'm not good at talking. I never know.
So let's make a YouTube channel.
This is practice, so I get better.
That's true.
I just wish I was talking to someone who had, like, better taste and stuff, you know? Like,
what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Like, Dragon Ball. We're not going to get into this. I want to watch Game of Thrones again.
We need to make a podcast.
Where we review...
No.
Every peanut butter cup.
No. Just a podcast. And... you can come at me for my bad takes, and I can defend myself.
It's funny because I feel like after watching... Not on tangent. Andor review's over. You can leave now. But... if you're still watching. But... I realized... we could do a podcast... and... be the most nonsensical thing ever... as long as we, like... go at least 2 coherent minutes on one thing. Because I've been watching the Chuckle Sandwich podcast. Like... and that thing's just, like...
yeah.
A shit show. It's just like them just saying random shit.
That's my favorite type of podcast. Yeah. It's just bouncing around.
We just gotta be... we're not nearly... like...
we're not funny.
We're not funny enough for that, but, like, we can try.
We're just not funny, period.
Yeah.
But that's what practice is for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Andor, the announcement. Like, subscribe, share, comment below. Tell us who you think is better, Cinta or Vel. Tell us, did you have reason to believe Cassian was a virgin before this episode? Because we know that not to be true now after this episode. Because we know Ben Solo was a virgin. But we knew Cassian fucked. Bix exists. But subscribe, share, comment, and until next time, goodbye.